Welcome to the channel, everyone. Model Car Guy Rich here. Today I've got a build on the 1926 Mack AC Bulldog log hauler. So let me go ahead and get this one unboxed, and I'll be right back with you. Wow, so this kit has got a lot of parts, guys. It's 136 individual parts. Here's everything here. If you go back to the unboxing video I did, you'll see specific items. There's a little glimpse at the decals again. There's the instructions. I even got the clear glass out here on this one. They're almost invisible. They're so clean. But there they are. So I'm going to put them up and aside so they don't get knocked around. There's some chain that I believe is to use as securement devices on the logs when they're finished, completed. So this is going to be a fun one. I have never built this kit before, so I'm going to just take my time and enjoy it. I'll be right back when I find something interesting. I hope you all stay tuned. So this is pretty neat, guys. The first step, right across the top, it says, before assembling the chassis, if headlights will be attached as in step 12, clean out the holes indicated on each frame half. So these are the frame halves, and this little piece, the second hole down by my finger here, was completely covered on this side. And so I just took a small pin vise with a little drill bit in it, drilled through to the top and lower half of that, and then dug it out with the X-Acto knife to get it fairly squared looking, or ovaled out actually. So when I get to step 12, I won't have to put any kind of pressure on here. So this is really nice. Nice that one, that I caught it, and two, that it was even there to tell you, because I'd like to put headlights on this one. So why not? Pretty neat. I thank the Atlantis model company for that one. This kit was from Atlantis, made in USA. Okay, so everything is coming along nicely here so far. The most difficult issue I've had so far is this back plate of the cab is supposed to fit flush down here on both sides, but it was off just a little bit, so I snipped just a little piece of the little tab on the bottom here, and that allowed it to fit in there nicely. So now I just got to wait for that part to dry, and then I'll add the cab sides and then the roof, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, one thing to remember is that before you put in the steering shaft, this tank goes in first. This is the radiator tank. It goes in before the steering shaft. Otherwise, you'll have to take it all apart and redo it. So if you want to go ahead and ask me how I know that, I decline to comment. So it's coming along nicely. I got a few more trees of parts to put in, and we should wrap it up. So far it's been pretty simple build. Hasn't been a lot of issues, other than you want to make sure on this particular kit you read the actual instructions along with looking at the pictures. They give a lot of very good tips on what to do if you want to have, like for instance, the lights that go right here on both sides of the cab. This little part is filled in, and you can build it without the lights. But if you want to do the lights, they want you to go ahead and drill these little spots out prior to assembling, so it makes it a lot easier. Just like on the frame here, I don't know if you can see, there's a hole right here on both sides. Those are also for lights that they had to be drilled out so that they can be mounted if you choose that option. And the instructions are very clear and very good about letting you know that in advance, which I thought was pretty fantastic. Other than that, everything seems to be lining up pretty well. Like I said just a moment ago, the back cab part was a little tricky. I'm not sure if it was built off just a little bit, or if maybe the frame didn't go together this way. Both side, side to side didn't come together fully. That little 1/16 of an inch, and you can see there's the little piece right there that I trimmed off of it just to give it clearance to make it land flush on both sides of the frame in order for the cab to line up. So other than that, it's been a pleasure. I have not painted anything. I'm doing this straight out of the box. It's my first time building this particular kit, so I wanted to just go ahead and get a good feel for it. I do have a different kit. This is the log truck. I can't remember what the other one was called, but it's the very same kit with a different working box in the back. That one I'll go ahead and paint up, but this one here I wanted to just get it together and see how it comes out. So, alrighty, won't be long, and we'll be on our way. Okay, so far I've only run into two little issues. First one was the windshield. The frame fits in there easily, however, it doesn't line up exactly so that the frame itself touches the part of the truck right there that it rests on. So I had to push that in and then glue it from the inside, so that held up good. And the next are these little bumper brackets right here. The holes are round, but the pegs that go in them are square, a rectangle actually. So I have to trim off a little piece of the top portion of it so that the height sits proper, and it fits in fairly easy after that. Other than that, so far it's coming along great. Here's a little glimpse of progress so far. I'll be back with more. Well, there it is, folks. 1926 Mack Bulldog log hauler. I want to thank my wife again for this kit. She picked it up for me from Joann's when they were going out of business. She surprised me with it, and I do appreciate it. It was a lot of fun to build. I literally built it in one day, just a few hours. Obviously I didn't use any paint at all. The kit came molded in 3 different colors. They had the chain for the binders to hold the logs down. I thought that was pretty cool. It's got some nice detail. The hood opens, which I thought was really neat, to show the engine that's in there. Okay. So in 1915, the massive Bulldog, the Mack Bulldog, ushered in a new era in the annals of the American trucking. And the graceful sloping hood and growl of a brutish 4-cylinder engine came to represent the standard of reliability of a new breed of commercial workhorse. The sturdy construction of the Mack fostered the expression "built like a Mack." And by the 1920s, these rugged machines could be seen laboring in an endless variety of arduous tasks, whether transporting or hauling giant logs, as this vehicle here. In the forests of the Pacific Northwest, the rugged Mack mastered each new challenge with ease. This 1926 Mack AC Bulldog is a highly detailed replica of a typical logging truck that worked the dense forests of Oregon and Washington. The model is fitted with detailed Goodyear tires, similar to the solid rubber tires fitted to the original trucks. That was pretty slick, folks. This is a Atlantis toy and hobby kit. Kit number M2401. I'm pretty happy with it. The most difficult part I had in putting this together was windshield, and remembering to put this fuel tank or radiator. I think that's a radiator. I thought it was a fuel tank for some reason, but that's underneath. It's the radiator. Make sure if you're going to build this kit, put the radiator first and then the steering column. I had to take it all apart after I glued it together and went, whoops, I forgot something. I'd actually initially put in the steering column, and then I realized, wait a minute, I forgot something, so I had to take it apart and put that back on. And then do not put the top on until you put your hood on, because the hood comes with a molded in hinge which allows it to lift, like that. I'm sorry I can't pick it up and show you the bottom. It's just too difficult at the moment. I'm afraid the lugs. I glued the chains on, so they're on there good and secure. But I'm a little hesitant of picking it up and flipping it over. But that's it. I hope you all enjoyed that one. I had a blast building it. Again, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife. And I will see you guys on the next one. This is Model Car Guy Rich out. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Keep on modeling.